Oh, you're gonna try and record it? Is anybody able to record the seminar? Because we're trying to find. Okay, you're able to get it. Okay, nice. All right. So it's 6 o'clock right now. I'm gonna leave this chat open, and can people just introduce themselves? Like what we said earlier. So my name is Daniel, and I'm here in Colorado. I know how to spell Colorado, right? And I've been trading for like 4 years plus. So if people can just want to chime in and let us know, your first name, where you're at, and how long you've been trading for, let's let the chat start popping now. Who's gonna go for? Hey, Gary, you better type in something there. Hurry up.
Wait, how do I type it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm on my PC. I don't know where to type or how to type.
It's right there. I actually looking at the screen. It says, come to the chat section, Gary.
Where the hell is it? Sorry, I really cannot figure out where am I going.
You're funny, man. Hey, Jeff, I see you. Oh, nice, Alabama. Oh, nice, Chris. Welcome, Chris. 10 years plus. Holy smoky. Trading force. Oh, nice. Hey, Chris. So, what do you trade basically? Since you've been trading for over 10 years, can you tell us a bit about your trading history, please?
Yeah, I started off with futures, with my first platform being on TD Ameritrade, and then being one of the first users of Thinkorswim, and then later moved on to options.
Oh,
and options
nice.
is where I'm at now.
Oh, so how are you loving options trading?
It's been a great 6 to 9 months, but I guess we're all trying to learn better when the next major signals are, right?
Yeah.
Because we've had just an unprecedented explosive growth, and
yeah,
it's been so bullish.
Yeah, I tell people all the time. I said one of the key things that people actually look for in life, and I learned this from my kind of like job setting, right? He says information is key. And I asked, the guy that I was having that chat with, I said, why do you say that? The guy said, the man or the woman or the individual in general that has a better information has an edge over the next guy. And the guy applied it to war and stuff like that. It was like, the reason why people are fighting is, and people win certain wars, is because one guy has better information and he uses it to plan better than the other guy. And he just beats him in the ball. So he said, so that's what, when it comes to the stock market, which is what I use to explain to some people. I said, look, we're all like in a gold mine, right? And everybody come there with different tool sets. Some come there with toothpick, some come there with screwdrivers, some come there with shovel, axe, and whatever. And we're all just digging to find that good nugget, So overall, at the end of the day, it's how we use, what we have. And like I said earlier, this community is basically for everyone to, talk about how well they've been using Tradytics and what actually works for them. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were there. This was my first tool that I actually used to find my first option on Tradytics, and it paid handsomely the very first I found here. So I'm going to start basically with Option Droid, which is what I do. Okay, hold on. Let me allow these guys in. I don't know. Can you have like auto? Yeah, not bad. Oh, so Garrett, you're able to type finally. Okay,
yeah,
so
it took me a while.
But that's good. You figured it out. So that's good. So I'm going to start with Option Droid. And what I do is I actually started the seminar already. So, and feel free to come on here and type 0 or O, whichever one. I don't care. If you want to ask a question or if you want to chime in and say anything, right? So just type O or 0 in there. It's fine. I'll see. And if I don't see it on time, I'll get to the question. So basically what I do first is I come here onto this Option Droid and I click on bullish. And the reason why I do bullish is I'm more overall thinking, the market is more bullish over the year, time, whatever it is, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 1 year, 6 months, 1 month. I basically see that we have more bullish days. So I'm more leaning onto the bullish side. But if you're a bearish guy and you want to do puts, you can also, just look at all the bearish filters and you can see all the red heat mark here. I don't like this. I like to see green, which is money for me. So I keep it on here. So overall, what I do is I do like a manual process. I basically copy everything here with a mind of having just the dates. So I want to do something. I want to copy the tickers that have a date prior to, the market being open. So the market is going to be open tomorrow, which is on the 7th, right? But the last trading day that we had was on the 4th, which was Friday. So overall, I'm just going to copy all the days that we had, which ended on the 4th. Hold on, let me let this guy in. And what I do is I come to an Excel page. That's how I create all this shit. And I just paste it in here. I use Paste Special because I don't want all the icons and stuff like that to add on to it. And basically, you just paste this one in here. And once I have that, I come into, let me add in this guy. I just take out what I don't need, like the dates. I already know the dates that we're using. I take out this particular percentage here. They are all in there. You can leave it. You can tweak this in the way you want. But this is just how I basically, go around it and set up my tickers and find tickers that I want to trade for the next trading days. And the reason behind this is because of the fact that I want to be mentally and physically ready for the trading day. So I'm not really waiting for a lot to actually come in, but I already know exactly what I want and at the price that I really want to buy it. Like I tell people, I like to buy my options on sales. Like I love options when they're on sales. Like for example, Workhorse was a good one when our news broke. Despite the fact that I was already in, so I didn't actually get it on sales, but it was still not a bad trade. So I like to get it on sales most of the time. Hold on, I'm trying to remove this. Go to specials, blanks, and okay. So should have taken it out. Okay, but let me just take these ones out. So I will show you how I create it. And once I have all those stuff in there, I just basically format this and just make it look pretty. And I insert 3 different columns here. And the reason why I do that is I'll show you here. Hold on. Because I'm going to copy all this and go paste it in there. I already have this set up already. So I just paste it in here. And bam. Now I have my setup in here. And what I do afterwards is, hold on, let me admit all this guy. So what I do afterwards is, did somebody type something? Is there a question? No, is even, okay, hold on. So we have a question. Okay, awesome. Yes. Yes, so, okay, I'm trying. Okay, Gary, how many tickers do you copy? Okay, so Gary, I basically copy everything. Like it's funny that you asked that question. So I'm just using this one right now as a demo, right? I already copied everything for the for Friday. So basically everything on here, I go to the next page here and do the same thing. I copy everything for the 4th. And I'll tell you why. The reason why I copy everything, I stop here on right here on this 4th one. This is where I stopped. Amazon was the last one. And the reason why I actually do that is because I don't want to miss any ticker. Because like if I just copy just the first page, this is all that was on the first page. You don't know what is available in other pages, right? You might find a ticker in there that is actually the one that's going to pay you for that week or for that day or on Monday. You never know. But because you didn't go to the other pages to look at it, you may miss it out on that. So I try my best to copy in all the pages that are available there. Does that answer your question, Gary? Gary? Oh, maybe it's not there. Okay.
No, sorry, I put myself on mute because I didn't want to interrupt or anything. That's
yes. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. The only thing I wanted to ask you, is it basically you do all that and you basically just copy the day of or the day prior? Because let's just say on Monday, we would get updates for the same day. You would use that day for the next day. Like, for example, you're using Friday for Monday.
Yes.
Is that what you guys do? Yeah, you okay, I get it.
So, and this you can use it in different ways, right? The reason why I do this is I want to let the market, to be closed. So I'm not like stressed about trying to jump in or trying to do research during the market time. And what I'm actually looking for here is like, if you see from the previous ones that I did, right? I'm actually looking between 1 to 10 tickers, right? That I'm going to get in and plan my expiration date and the price that I want to pay for it. So mentally, I already have those set up, right? So the moment the market opens and I keep watching the price over and over, right? Once they get to a particular point where, let's say, for example, this one, right? Or let's even go to our favorite one, which was Apple that we did last weekend, right? Apple, this was my plan, right? I was going to get in, I'm going to get this call at this price and pay this for it. But the moment Apple opened, the market opened the next day, Apple was already running so high. But it did dip and it came around this point. I think it was about 240 or something. And I was able to get in and make some nice cool change from it, So this just helped me personally as a trader because I really don't want to rush into anything. I don't know. Does that answer your question, Gary?
Yeah, it does 100%. Because I'm trying to basically do what, most traders do is prepare themselves. And I'm having a hard time figuring out, when does this information update? Do you take the update information, for example, the 4th and prepare for the next day? I just want to learn what you guys do so I can start practicing and getting in a good routine.
Yeah, so this can be a good starting point for you, and you can tweak it along the line. Whatever works for you the best. But having this at the back of your mind and prepping a day before, you're doing your own due diligence before. It just gives you time because there's so many things that we're going to go into and show you why I personally pick certain tickers and why I want to buy them. So let me just continue going and I will explain more. So once I have that, pasted here, and the first thing is I just want to look at, what actually happened, on Friday. For example, the AI confidence on this is like about 90-something%. Okay. That's not the only thing I look at, I look at the whole picture, like holistic view of, the ticker for that Friday. It had the price premium was like 110K. And, the premium for that day was about 99K. Okay. So maybe there's a slight drop in there, but the volume, you see here 194 and, the volume on Friday was this. Okay, no problem. Let me look at some other tickets. Look at this guy right here, DIS. Boom. It was the past one was 14 million, and now it's about oh my God, I don't know why I keep. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. So this one was, these are like, I'm a data guy, right? This is why this makes a lot of sense to me. Look, this one right here. Look, it had 1.9. Now it's at 23 million. And, the volume actually increased. So little stuff like that are things that you can actually look at and pick different tickers and what you want to really, really sell. I show you one. You see this Apple one. One of the reasons why I actually got into it was that it had 7.3, past one. And the one for that day was, I think this was last week, Friday, it was 7.6. And see the volume, there was an increase in there. Despite the fact that AI confidence was 94, not as high as that one, but I mean, this is pretty high. And, I just knew something was happening. And I found it in Option Droid, and I also found it in the Bullseye. So there was an alert already in Bullseye for Apple. So I was like, something is going on, So I went and checked on the website, right? Hold on. I came to the website and, Tradytics has this wonderful dashboard, which I also use a lot. And I came here and I just typed in AAPL just to see, what people bought. And like you can see from here, even the time, you can see that the calls were already outweighing the put here. So just looking at that alone, at the back of your mind that, hey, something is happening. Last week, Sunday, when we came to take a look at this, everything here was green. Like nobody bought put. It was all nothing but calls. So that overall just showed me, and my confidence at what I picked just kind of rose like to the peak. I saw the strike price that this was the strike price that had the highest in there, and everything just fell in line. So it was 100% that nothing is 100%, but the ratio of you winning was higher than you losing. So I knew at the back of my mind that this was going to be a bomb. And it was even the same thing for, let me let this guy in. There's somebody in there. It was the same thing for J&J. I had J&J somewhere here. Let me find it. Where is it? J&J should be, yeah, this one. So I had this one too here that I bought. I bought this one like a week earlier than, it was even, the alert came in this week a lot, but I was already in 1 week before the alert. So I kept on buying one contract at a time, which is also a strategy that I try to tell people, depending on how big your portfolio is, you want to do risk mitigation by not trying to use all your buying power at once, right? And the essence of this is that you never know what the market is going to do, right? When I started getting into this ticker, I started buying it around this price, right? And it was dipping, right? And I knew at the back of my mind, okay, I've done my due diligence on this, right? I'm kind of positive that this thing is going to go in my direction, right? And I had time on my option. So when it dipped a little bit higher, I bought one more and I allowed it, to cool down a little bit. I saw that it was coming up again to my price, but I wasn't ready to sell because of the fact that I'd not gained enough. I think I'd made like 2% or 3% on it. So I just left it alone. I think the third day, it actually went down again. And I was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to even buy another one on sale. So I did get another one. At the end of that week, I had like 5 contracts in J&J. And you cannot imagine the next week was when Bullseye started alerting J&J and the volume started coming in. And that thing shot up like crazy. I think I made overall 50% gain on it. So that is how I personally set myself up for success, right? And like I said, there are other people. Yes. So somebody asked here, I said, can you show how you use charts and what to set up to confirm that? Yes. So Tradytics do have those beautiful charts too. Like, let me go all the way back to, where do we see? I think it's in scanning, right? Let me go. I think we have one here, AAPL. All right. If you click on this icon, let me see. I hope. Yeah. So it has this inbuilt chart in here that you can also use depending on, what you're trading. Either you want to look at the daily data or you want to look at the intraday data, right? For you to get in, right? And it also helps you out with your support and resistance line. And you can also do exits and entries on it. Like, it's pretty cool, right? But what I've noticed overall on my own personal using this is that some of these are a little bit delayed, right? So you personally have to know what you're doing or what you want to, your price percentage of where you want to take profit at. So if it's gone at a certain stage where you're like, oh, I think I'm ready to get out and I've made enough money, just get out. I try not to be greedy about anything at all. If you come here, people use different charting tool, right? I change this all the time. I have the free version. I really don't need to pay for the full one because the things I actually need is in there on Tradytics. So this is just different lines I've set up, and you can use different days to different timeline or different time frame to look at the chart too. Like, you can look at the 1 day, 1 hour, the 4 hour, right? Most times when I'm in the trading days, I actually set it up onto this because I want to see, the movement and what it is that's happening. Like, once the stock is, once I'm already in the trade, I'm looking at this during the trading day. So it's all dependent on you as a trader and what you're comfortable with. Like, I tell people all the time, you don't have to be a super guru on how chart works, right? All you have to do is, can you actually visualize what it's doing, what is the trend? Because most times these guys, they repeat themselves in cycles, right? They do the same thing over time, go up and down, go up and down. So as long as you are able to basically take a look at what setup is having, right? You can basically make up your mind, okay, where do I want to get in, right? Where's the support at? Where's the resistance? And those are simple things that you, even if as a beginner, if you can find support and resistance line, and you really don't really know have to know much about it. If you go to investing.com, right, it gives you basically things that you're looking for, and they use different different timelines for different stocks. I'll find one and I'll show you guys where you can actually look at it. It shows you the resistance and it shows you the support. They have 3 different layers that they actually show you on. So let me go to stocks and let's look at Apple, for example. I think this should show it in here. It's somewhere here. I know it shows you exactly. I have it on my app and it shows you. Okay, let's look at this one. Where's this thing? Let's look at the 5 hours one. Trying to find where it shows it on here on the website, but you can actually find it here, and you don't really. Okay, yeah, you find. You actually don't need to be like a super guru about this. I have setting one in here that I already set up in here. It's an auto. It sets your support and resistance line automatically for you. So depending on the time frame that you're in, you can actually see what you're looking for in here. You can zoom in and out. But that's basically about charts. I hope I answered that question as far. Is this public? Yes. It is public and it's free too for TradingView. All you have to do is you come here to FX and type, I think support. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, support and resistance. Yeah. So there are different ones here. I think this is the one I'm using, this guy, this support and resistance by Barry. So they have different ones there and you can just select it and you have it automatically on there. But you can set all that stuff in there. So Barry, I hope that gets your question. Yes, it's a public one. So once I'm done with this, let me continue with this script. So once I'm done with here, right, I have everything set up. Let's just go with this one I already have set up. So these are all the symbols that traded on Friday that are bullish on here, right here. Option Droid. So all the 3 pages, everything that's bullish in there is what I've loaded on the Excel spreadsheet. So the first thing I do is I put my comment in there. So I found everything in Option Droid. So that one is in there. So the next thing that I'm trying to look for is stickers that have high confidence, and I want to look at the highly unusual because it's popping. What is making it popping? What is what's going on? Is somebody trying to are there whales in there buying some crazy stocks that I don't know about? So this helps you, kind of like shows you and tells you different things. So look at this one, for example. Now I think this is ConoPhillips, right? It has an AI confidence of 99. And userness is 71, which I think is pretty high. Let's take a look at the past premium was 78, right? The premium on Friday was 9.4 million. Look at the volume, 408, and look at the volume right now. On Friday was 21K. So something is probably happening here. And for me to find that out, what I do is I come here again and I just go to the option Droid and I type in that ticker in there. Bam. Let's see. Okay, look. So this, pretty nice. Look, come in here again. Look, just take a look at all this premium, like 6.85 million. Like in calls was being bought. Like the puts are practically insignificant because they are all in thousands. So the direction of this is probably going to be going up. Let's take a look at the chart for this one. ConoPhillips. See if it comes up. Bam. Okay, let's look at the 1-day one. Okay, you see, so I'm sure it's trying to break through all this once it gets through all this thing is probably going to go high. And oil has been, there's been huge talk about oil, and overall the news has been positive for oil. So this is probably going to, go up soon. And look, it's already crossing the 20 MA is way higher. So this is like on a bullish trend already on its own. So simple stuff like that is what I look for. And once I find that out, let me go back to, I think there's somebody nobody's in there. All right. So once I get that, so like this one that is here is highly unusual. The first thing I do to my Excel is I make a note of it. So I just come here and type HU, which is the short form for highly unusual, and I just have that in there. So I'm looking at this. Oh no, I have it on the wrong one. Sorry. Where's CO? Where's Connor Phillips? Is it trying to? Oh, I didn't sort this in out first. Let me sort it out by filter A to Z. Yes, sort. Okay, now we're in business. All right, right here. Boom. So I just come in here and I type HU in there, and I have that saved. So I'll probably be looking at this guy, like this is, to me, we just found a possible ticker that is probably gonna, go high sometime this week. So that's how I start my process and get myself ready for the week. So once I do that, the next thing I want to do is I go back into the Tradytics and I take out that highly unusual. I want to look at, certain stocks that were trading 3x their regular volume and 3x their premium. Look, again, we found Connor Phillips here again. I mean, even if you don't need to be a wizard or a witch or anything, I mean, all the data is already pointing towards something is happening here. Look, we found it at 2 or 3 different filters now, using 2 different filters. So I would just keep in mind, and just have it at the back of your mind that something happening with that. The next thing that I do is I come to option cycle, because I don't want to use just one. Let me go if anybody has posted any question. Okay, they had the numbers. Yes, exactly. You're right, Gary. Yes, I just read your question. So I come back here to this next Sky tool, and I kind of like repeat the same process. I want to look at options that are bullish, right? And what I'm actually looking for here is I want to be able to get the same ticker that I found here. I want to find it in option Droid so that the AI is kind of like agree, into, the same thing that, okay, this is kind of like bullish. Let's see if we can find, okay, so the last time Connor Phillips were actually alerted on option cycle was, on the 4th, yeah. And here it says it's bearish, right? Okay, so, we are kind of having like a conflict in there, but, you can just base it on that. So he doesn't have it yet, no problem. I go to live flow, and I just added this to part of the things that I do too. And I come here, I want to look at calls. Let's look at Connor Phillips. And overall, just looking at this, like I have more calls in here than, puts. I mean, people are buying puts for different reasons. Some people might be edging. People are buying calls for different reasons. Some people might also be edging their shares in it. So little stuff like that is what I look for, to make my judgment on certain tickers. So I know I've been on Connor Phillips for a while, but I go step by step in everything. Once I come here now and I click bullish and I scan through everything here. So this ticker, do we have it in here? We can go check it out. Let's see if we have it in here. Right here, bam. You see? I type it in there too. Put a comma there, option cycle. So now I found it in 2 places, and I look at the data too, previous volume, current volume, or premium volume. It's a little bit lower, but oh no, I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, so this is a little bit higher. So this is another ticker that I'll probably put at the back of mind that I want to check out at the end of the day. Let's go to option, back to the option Droid, right? and take a look at it. SCHW. Let's see what people are. Okay, this is a little bit scanty, but it's fine. Yeah, see, it didn't really have much, but I mean, overall, people were getting more calls into it than put, right? Oh, Auntie Damian says, okay, okay, hold on. I was wondering the difference. Oh, somebody have a question in here. When air tools are copied with each other, let me just longer. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so good. All right. I was wondering what different. Yeah. And secondly, how do you determine your desire? Yes. So, yes, you can do what has been mentioned there. You can actually look at the next resistance point, but for let me go back to ConoPhillips, for example. This is how I look at a lot of things, though, not just even what people are buying, but you also want to be kind of like in between, what people are doing, because you don't want to be the odd man out. So just looking at this on the average, right, you can see that they are in between like 40-ish, kind of strike price. But if I want to buy, right, I want to be as close as I can to the money. So ConoPhillips itself is at 44 right now, right? So we have it, a contract here that is 44. We have some 42. So you can buy at that money, and the expiration date, you can see that virtually everybody's buying for like almost next year. So for me, the minimum that I'm probably going to pick is going to be this one. So I'm going to pick the one that is January 15. And I'll probably want to buy maybe the $45 call, which right now is selling for $267. And I'm going to say something here. Make a mental note of this. So we are looking at the call, the $45 call for ConoPhillips. $45 call. And the expiration date is going to be January 15, and we are planning on paying 2.67 for it. So once I make this note, right, at the back of my mind, this is like the cheap, the best price I want to pay for it, or even lower. So I want to get in at this price or even lower. And the essence of it is that if you can get it this cheap, right, you have a higher probability or possibility of making money. Even if it goes to 310, 350, or even gets to 100% or 100%, you can easily just, scale out. You have a shit ton of time for you to actually, get out of this. So next trading week is going to start on the 7th, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 weeks. Honestly, I doubt if you're going to lose, except something crazy, really a very, very bad news comes out of for oil. That's probably when. So, but this is what, like this one, I already picked this one. I'm going to be looking at ConoPhillips come the next few days, because it's even trading at right now, okay, at 44, and the 52-week side is about 67. So if you want to go look at the chart, right? I don't know if anybody put a message. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for, okay. So if you go back there and take a look at ConoPhillips chart, right? Let's go back in there. Like I said, it's an uptrending one, right? So right now I'm looking at the very first thing that I think I wanted to even get in this zone, right? Once you can get between these two zones, it's going to be shooting higher, because I actually don't see it even coming back to this. This is so too low. Let me change the chart to a different one. Let me go to 4 hour and take a look at what is happening here. Okay. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna come that low. It's not coming any, and the chart is just uptrending right now for me. So I'm on the watch out for that. So if you want to take a look at it, I mean, you don't have to buy it, but just keep it on your watch list. That ConoPhillips, we had our seminar, and even if you want to look at it on Friday and just have a mental memory of this, just trust me. Check the price come Friday. And we can either say it's going to go higher, but to me, I'm thinking I'm liking this right now. So overall, once I get once I get that done, I just generally go through everything. Okay, what calls? Okay, let's go take a look at what calls if it's in here. Do we have workers? WC, bam, we have it in here. Option Droid. And I just go all the way, to different tickets and make a mental note of everything that is in here. Let's take a look at it. So the past was 1.8. So this is kind of like, reducing in premium and volume. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep it on my, watch list. I just have it in there. The last thing that no, not the last thing. The next thing that I do basically is once I'm done scanning through all these symbols, right, and vetting it with what I have in here, adding all the comments in here. The next thing that I do basically is I come here to this scanning tool, right, and I love this one because it was probably like the very first what a booster do you really need any? Okay, yeah. Oh, lips. Yeah. Who's this? Oh, Deb. Yeah, I'm going to talk about lips too in a little bit. I love lips too. But let me just finish with this so that we can all start our discussion. So this was like the very first tool, and I was saying this to Gary earlier on before we started the seminar, right? This was the very first tool that I used to find Pfizer. And what I did was I came here and I put $10 as my minimum price. Yes, Gary, I know you love penny stock. So if you like penny stock, maybe you might put yours as $1. And okay, let's retrace. I put mine at $10, right? And I come here and I put 10 million, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm looking for here is I want to see stocks that are in this range, minimum volume, 10 million, minimum price, $10. And why I actually pick those particular figures is that I want to take out a lot of noise. Like even right now, there's a lot of, look, we have 121 entries to look at. This is a lot. Like, I don't think you can go through all this. I mean, if you have the time, you can. Look, we've been talking about Connor Phillips. Bam. This guy is right here. Guys, trust me, watch out for this guy. Once you keep seeing it in different places, let me make a note of it here too again now that I found it on Tradytics Scanner. So you change the name to Scanner. So I just put the S in here. I'm going to change my this one later. So just make a mental note of this. Look, we found this guy here again. And I usually want to look at stocks that are at support. And I would say, and I explain that to you. The reason why I'm looking for people that tickers that are support is because of the fact that I had, before I clicked on at support, I had over 121 entries. Yes, I can basically go through 121 entries. I mean, I have like over 100 and something here, right? 110. But I really don't want to waste too much time. So I want to come here and look at stocks that are at support. Microsoft is a good one. I know we've been talking about anybody that like tech stock. Let's even see if we have Microsoft on our list. Ooh, bam. Look, right there. We have it. Put it in there. You found it on the scanner. Let's see if we even have Microsoft. This is how you can do easy DD without even zero. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. We want to go. Okay, yeah. We'll go through it. Yeah, said it was a yes. I'll explain that to you. So Gary, 01 is not fine. You can just put 1 there. Don't mess up the code that has been written into the website. Just put it at 1. So yes, you're 100% correct. It says on here that Microsoft is at resistance and support. And one thing that I would like to explain is we all know that. Let me type it in there. We all know that stocks basically what it do is they create support. Let's say this was a support, right? I'm just using arbitrary terms right now. Let's say this was a support, right? Which basically I think it is. Anyway, let's go all the way back. Oh yeah, it was for that particular time period. So, I tell people all the time, there are only 2 things that can happen at this point to this stock, right? Yeah, maybe it may not drop all the way down, to the support level and bounce, but it has been doing it like a bit, like back in October, this was 30th of October. During this week, it kept on roving and moving around this particular point. And this is why I say you don't have to be like a super guru at chart. You can just look at what it's doing. Look at this zone. You can just mark this zone and put like a circle here, right? It was moving around this zone. Around sometime in 17th of September, it was around this zone. Look at 27th of July, it was around this zone. Sometime back in June, it was around this zone. So you can tell that, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 times is basically be playing around this zone. And then what does it do when it comes to this zone? It moves up, come back to the same zone. It moves up again, come back to the same zone. Moves up again, come back to the same zone. So now it has moved up. Are we expecting that it's going to come back to the same zone? Maybe not. It might go back up here a little bit. Then maybe it'll come back here in another 2 or 3 weeks. So overall, we just determine, in the past, let's say from June of this year to roughly November, right? That's like how many months? It has been keeping this zone as a support, So what does that tell you? Is it going to come here? I cannot foretell what the market is going to do this week or what Microsoft is going to do this year. But if I'm going to bet that Microsoft is going to break through and go up, at least try to come up to this past, maybe around this zone here before. And if you can make it, let me check 1 hour. Let me see. All right. So this 1 hour shows us a little bit decent. So I'm thinking it's going to come here. Probably if you can break through this particular resistance and you keep going. And to your question, right? You said, can you go through? Yes, please. We'll go through one after the other. So it shows that, what stocks basically do is once they have a certain support, right? And they break through that support, right? That support automatically becomes the new resistance, right? Maybe the R3 or R2 or whatever it is. It breaks through it and that becomes a support. Then they go to the next support level, right? And if they bounce off that and they are able to break through that resistance automatically becomes a new support. So it keeps changing all the time. So maybe that's why you saw it in there. You said you want to go through OI scanner. Okay, yeah, let's run through that real quick since everybody want to talk about it. So this was just added, right? And just looking at it, I personally love it. And I'll tell you why. I buy calls, right? And I'm a fan of options that the volume is greater than open interest. And I'll tell you why I like it. The reason why, okay, hold on. Let me say this. Yeah, okay. Yes, yeah, okay. Then you go, yes. Okay. All right. So the reason why I like to do this is because open interest, basically, the contracts are already out, right? People already own all this contract, right? The moment that the volume start increasing, there's high probability that the price is going to increase. So I personally like this. It's the stock market itself is demand and supply. Once there are a lot of buyers coming in, right? But people already own it, right? At a certain price. Let's even look for one. We're talking about Microsoft. Let's see if we can find Microsoft in here. Are you able to, let me see, are you able to filter on here? Let's see. MSFT. Okay. This one's old. This is old. I don't want something old. Let's use something a little bit newer. Hold on. Let me go back in there again. I hope I didn't mess it up. Volume. Okay. Let's pick. I know people love Tesla, but I don't want to talk about Tesla for now. Tesla, their stuff is always messed up. Let's pick something that is going to be okay. Let's pick. No, I don't like that one either. Let me pick something really, really unique. I want to pick something nice. There's something I'm looking for. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's pick Tesla. So, for example, right now, right, people that have this particular call at this particular strike price, right, and this expiration date, which is like next week Friday, right? Looking at the premiums, the open interest, I personally will look at two different key data. One, I'm looking at how much I'm going to be losing on this particular contract and possibly how much I can make on it when it starts moving, right? And look at the IB. It's I like spreads that are between 0.1 and 0.5, right? So personally, I will come for the one that has a lower one. So take a look at this Apple one, right? You're losing way less money. The probability of you making more money is pretty high. And look at the strike prices, pretty low. Am I saying I'm going to buy this? Okay, I have a question for Mohammed. So sure, if you have another, yes, they have just yes, you're right. So Mohammed, I have a personal question for you on this, right? So this data that we have on here, right? It was from what is it on Friday or for the week? Do you mind coming online and answering that question? Friday. Okay. Yeah. Last day. Okay. I thought as much because I'm just looking at it, but this gives you a view, an overview, an holistic view of what you probably will be getting into and what you expect to, even if you're not on your phone, right? You can basically look at everything here, the momentum, the bid and ask, the spread. I like spreads that are pretty low, so I'm probably going to get caught in, stuff like this that are pretty low, all those ones, BA, BAM, so that's how I personally will use this tool. You can use it a different way. I don't know if Ahmed want to come and add. So everything, yes. Ahmed, do you want to come on and add something when it comes to this particular tool? Do you have anything you want to add to everyone? Okay, so how best do you think people can use this tool? Because personally, like I already said, the filters I'm going to use. I'm looking for calls, and I basically want to look for volume that are greater than open interest. Yes, other people might want to use something else, right? Let me take that one off. That's my own personal stuff, right? How do you want to advise people on how to best to use this tool? This one basically. Mm-hmm. Okay. And is that how you set it up for it to be used? Okay. Also awesome. Yeah, I mean, I basically checked it out today and I've been messing around with it and I'm messing around with all the filters, right? And basically I love the fact that we have this. It just gives you a holistic view of what you will see when you want to buy a contract. Like these are all the things that you will see. Maybe not all this, but you see all this, and all this stuff depend on the broker that you're using. So this is pretty awesome that this is now on here. Let me see, where were we at on here? Okay, so the last thing I do here is, okay, so I already picked this one for this one. One other thing that I do here is then I go through, so you have to like spend the time. I'm not going to lie to anyone. Like you have to spend the time to do this. And the fact that we have this website that has basically all the tools that we need all in one place, it's pretty awesome. So I don't have to go to different places. The only place that I actually go is just to probably go take a look at the chart and see what it's doing. And I'm like, okay, I already see, I know, I'm fine. That's it. So overall, I come here and I go through every ticker. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but I actually do that. I go through every ticker and I go check, what do I think I want to buy? Like I mentioned earlier, guys, I like to buy things cheap. And the reason, I would say the reason why I like to buy it cheap. I typically like to spend between from zero, if I can, if it's possible, let me say $1, from $1 to $500 for options, right, that are going to expire 3 to 4 weeks, right? And here's why. If I buy, like, take for example, let me go back to that G&J that I gave an example of when I started buying it. Where are you, G&J? Come on. I think I missed it. Did I miss it? It's no, that's not it. Yeah, so this one I started buying at $2.13, right? I bought it, the first one, bam. It didn't go the direction that I wanted it to go. It wasn't going up. In fact, it was dipping, right? And the contract was selling at a much lower price. But because of the fact that my center of gravity was low, like I was buying at, at low price, I was able to add more and reduce my average price, right? So the moment I bought one other one, I think I bought it for like $1 something, right? It basically brought my average down very close to what was being sold that day. But it still didn't go up. But I knew at the back of my mind that, okay, no problem. Like it met a lot of my criteria, right? And I was like, okay, I'll keep investing in it since I had enough time that I was going to buy more. And when I got to 5 contracts, right, I was basically like 10 cents or 20 cents from the close of that day, right? Yeah, I was still losing them. I was like, it's fine. But I said I wasn't going to buy more because I'd invested, I can't remember how much it is, but I'd invested, a certain amount of money in there. And I was willing that, okay, once it gets to this particular day and this doesn't move, I'm going to sell. But, like I said, since I'd done the DD and I was already in the position, I just waited for it. And while I waited for it, the volume just started coming in one after the other, a day after the other. And by the time Bullseye actually gave the alert for J&J, if you go back here to, let's go to Bullseye. I think Bullseye gave the alert here, J&J. So he started giving the alert here on all this week as a bullish call, but I was already in, so I was not even stressing at all. And take a look at some of the prices that, people were paying for the premium, but I was just chilling. So by the time the volume came in, it hit my price and it started moving up and up and up. I posted this in the Discord group. At the point when I got like 50% gain, I was like, dude, you've made your money and now you're at 50%. Just get out. I got out. I was fine, right? But it kept on going up. I could have stayed longer, but I mentally don't like to wait or just rush into it. I use Bullseye. Don't get me wrong. Like I love Bullseye. And I use the same method here. This volume over open interest because of the fact that I basically noticed that most of all these tickers that have this, they tend to sometimes go in your direction. Like 90% of the time, you're going to be able to make money from it. Like all this alert here, if you go take a look at all these tickers, they all moved in the direction that it was called. So overall, take a look at all these premiums. They are all so high, except for a few of them. But look at, these are in millions. So overall, these are like little things that you can actually look at and you set yourself up for success. I'm trying a new strategy for the month of December, which I'll probably be able to share next year once I see the ratio, because I want to keep like a full journal of all these things, right? And see, okay, the ones that I picked, right? Look, we had Intel in here as part of the DD that we did almost 21st of November. If you take a look at Intel right now, and this is why I say you want to go through all the pages and pick all the tickers. This was done 21st of November, which was we're in 1, 2, 3, right? Intel is about 50 something bucks right now, right? And when I saw this, it was still trading. I think it was selling for 46. Look at the price right here. It was selling for 46. So, and a $4 increase I think it's at 51 right now. A $5 increase in Intel, it's a lot when it comes to, the premiums, like you're banking on it. So if you take the time, let's see, yes. Okay. I'm sure. Okay. Friday. Okay. Somebody has a question. So Dev, what's your question? Sorry. I didn't see you on time. What's your question? Please go ahead.
Oh no, my question got answered. Thank you.
Oh, you got. Oh, but what was it though? So that everybody can actually learn from it. It might be something unique that, yeah.
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
know.
No, the latest ones was just the some colors were highlighted in the
Yeah.
opera one. So I was just confused with like is it just the flow or the yellow ones? What do they mean and stuff? But yeah.
Okay, Mohammed, what's up with the color? You're the one that designed this. So tell us about the color schemes and okay, let's go back to it. Where is it? Oh, okay, I'm in here already. All right, so why the alert for or the change of color for others? Oh, okay, you answered it. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. All right, you answered. Okay, all right. Yellow. Oh, okay, sweet. All right, so basically, that is how I personally go ahead and look for, different ticker symbols. And like I said, I like to get them pretty cheap. So you can see most of all the stuff that I picked, they were all kind of like, between that range. I don't try and go. And I'm not saying that this is what, everyone has to do. But if you kind of use this method, one, you're reducing risk for yourself and you're not paying, because I'm not going to lie to you. I've paid $1,500 for an option before, and I end up selling that stuff for like $200. I lost $1,300 in one option and one ticker symbol. That $1,500 I could have divided into 5 and buy 5 different ones and increase my ratio. So I just learned from mistakes that I've made in the past and created certain rules for myself that I'm not going to go beyond this particular one. So they're already at it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Pattern. Yeah. So at this point, I want to ask, does anybody have any particular question that they want to ask me before we open up the forum and, everybody can chime in and tell us what they use the best and, what has been working for them using Tradytics. Any question? No one? Okay. All right. We're going to open the floor right now, and please come online and add, to what has been discussed earlier, right? Is there, I see. Okay. Yeah. Is there anyone that want to come online and let us know, what they've been doing consistently and they've been making money from the Tradytics website? Anyone? Those business. Okay, so you said how successful. So it's been very, very successful. And the reason why I say that is, honestly, you can go back to all this. Okay, let's pick one random one. Go to, I don't know, on your phone right now. Let's go to CVS, for example, right? CVS. Okay. Let's look at the $67 option that I said I was going to buy for December 24th, right? And it was for $67, right? So I said I was going to pay $1.86 for this contract. This contract on Friday was selling for $6.60. That is like almost $500, difference. And you can go down the list. So it's been very, 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 very successful. I'm not going to lie to you. Just taking the time to add, you use yes, then work backwards. Okay, no. So what, Felix, what I do is I start from Option Droid, and I'm not going to lie to you. The reason why I started from Option Droid is when I first started using this tool, right? I came to the performance. I wanted to see what was really, really, really working, right? I saw that Bullseye was like more for intraday, and most of the alerts that you get, right? I'm not like a real fan of day trading, despite the fact that I watch the stock market all day, Monday through Friday when it's up. But I like to swing because I've noticed that I'm more successful in swing trades, right? So I was basically looking for a way to combine all these tools together, right? And I'm more like a bullish guy, right? Over time, but Option Droid was having, when I started, it was having a kind of like a steady percentage of success ratio for the bullish trend. So I picked that as my base point. And also one of the other reasons why I picked it is it had more filters in here that I was personally looking for. So I was bullish. I wanted to see things that have, high unusualness. And I wanted to see things that were actually, moving higher when it comes to volume and premium. So which it had. So that's why I actually started. This is the foundation for me to set up this Excel here. This is what I use. So from there, I walk through every other tool here. Then I go to option Droid and I kind of like repeat the same thing, bullish. And I go all the way down and just add my comments onto it. So I work from option Droid to orders. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. My love. Oh no. So Gary, Gary, come on. So what have I said that is that you didn't understand? Please ask your question, Gary.
No, I was just trying to I think you were mentioning that you use Bullseye and the Opintra more for intraday trading. So I was just writing this down that options Droid and option Psychic seems more of a, almost like a swing, let's just say, longer term, maybe in a week, 4 or 5 days, versus those two could probably be a day or two. It's more of a short term contra option trade. That's what I was writing down.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Look, this kind of was, this particular Excel sheet was set up on 20th of November. Let's just do a simple math here on ourselves. So I set it up on Friday, right? I didn't trade it until the 23rd, right? So let's do, a simple count. So let's count the number of trading days. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, December 24th, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days, right? $500 on one contract. I think, I mean, you could have gone out earlier, you don't have to wait until, it gets to that point. But me getting in at this price and selling at that price, I think, it's pretty simple and unique. That's my own personal thing. I mean, you can come to Bullseye, right? Bullseye has, for example, people use Bullseye for a lot. This one, when it came out, right? FSLI Fastly, I missed this a lot because it was even on my tool. And this is why I really like the fact that people should spend time and create this tool, because I've been seeing it. Look right here, boom. This thing is kind of like prepares you ahead of time, honestly, if you use it correctly. So look, we've seen it almost 8 days ago. It was on here as one of the stuff, right? But I personally did not pick it on that particular, but I kept on seeing it. Let me show you. I think I saw it again. Look, bam. When I did another set of tool, it was in there. I know I saw it like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, look, it's here again. Boom. And we all know that this thing moved like crazy on Friday. There were contracts that were sold for like 30 cents and they were all selling for like $7 on Friday. So imagine if I didn't take this trade, honestly, because I don't have anything on here. But if I'd personally been cautious of it, look, I saw it 20th, 21st, and I even saw it again on the 28th. So if I'd even gotten in on the 28th, which was that Monday, I would have made a shit ton of money on Friday, just holding it for like 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days. So overall, this tool has helped me to actually position myself for different trades. Yes, he said, what your entry? Do you wait for Bullseye? No, I don't wait for Bullseye to alert. I usually go in, and I explained this earlier to people. I usually come here and I come to the options dashboard, right? And I just look at what people are paying or what people are buying. So, like, for example, this is ConoPhillips, right? People are more interested in, next year contract. So I already have that at the back of my mind that whatever I'm going to buy, like I already set it up in here. Let me see this one here. Yeah, I already set it up here that whatever I'm going to buy, I'm looking at January 15. And looking at it here, people are, kind of like interested in the 40 something range. I like to be as close as I can to the money and as cheap as I can. trust me, I love to get stuff on sales. It's the best deal ever. So I love it. So I'm gonna watch and see what it does on Monday. If I get a good entry, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna buy it and just wait. I mean, I have 5 weeks for it to either go south or for it to go north. So that's basically how I do it. See. Well, penny stocks. I'm sorry about penny stocks, man. Those things are too volatile. They go up and down so fast. So I really don't.
Dan, could I ask you one question, please, if you don't
Yes,
mind?
please go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so let's just say in regards to intraday trading, intraday, let's just say, day trading, simple as that. If
Yeah.
I went to the stocks option and I'm trying to look up information, how frequently is that data correct? Like, obviously there might be a delay, but does it? I think Mohammed might have said that it updates every 15 minutes. Can you verify that? Or
Okay, so yes, is 100% correct about that. And the data, it's kind of I'm trying to look for the most beautiful word to use. When you want to do a trade, right? There are two things that can happen. Like let me go to this, for example, this Fastly one. Come on, go back to Bullseye. Yeah, this Fastly one, right? When this alert broke, right? The stock was at 89, and this is what they asked you to buy, right? Even if you got into this particular one and you bought this exact same contract, I think you had the ability of making between 40 to 60 or 70%. I can't remember because it went as high as I think $96 that day, right? So you can get in honestly and just use this data that is available right now. However, the beauty of you setting something like this up for yourself is, look, over the days, I showed it kept on coming up fastly. Bam, I should have known that something was up. Look, bam, so in like between 20 in 8 days, I've seen it 3 times. And that's why I keep this journal too, because I want to be what I'm going to be doing now is to be able to look back on all this stock, right? And look at the ones that I didn't trade, but I've been showing up frequently. So I set myself up and I'm already in the position before the breakout. Look, there was a contract that I was actually looking at for Fastly. I think it was a $100 contract that was going to expire the 18th of December, right? That stuff was 30 cents, like $30. By Friday, when Fastly started breaking out, it was selling for around $680. So you netted like $600 overall. So yes, you can get into any of this alert that you get, but I swing a lot. I love swinging. So I use sometimes when I have like enough cash, buying power, and I just come here, I just look at Bullseye. I'm like, all right, let me see a ticker that I like and that I understand, and what's happening to it. So I might take some of this, right? But most times I'm already in the trade. Look, DIS broke out to a couple of days ago. If we go back in here, I think I had DIS all over here somewhere. Let me find it. See, bam, I found it here first. I'm like, okay, it's looking pretty good. This is where I actually bought it. This one, I bought this particular call for this price, and DIS paid, handsomely at that time. So I'm already in most of all these calls before, they actually break out. And that's how I use it to, to my own advantage. But you can use it for, intraday one. Yeah. Okay. I agree. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Just the yes. All right. So what other question do we have in here? Mohammed said there's no delay. Bullseye, Droid are all live, So everything is, live.
What about the information? Can we just do an example? If you click on stocks, ticker dashboard, just go step by step. Maybe we can just look at it together.
Which
click
one?
On stocks. If you just click on where it says ticker dashboards, go to stocks.
Okay.
And then let's click on Golden Cross, for example. I think the first one is ALLT. That's the first ticker.
Where do you want me to go? Sorry.
So where it says ticker dashboards on the left hand side, right above options where it says stocks, left hand side.
Yeah. I'm there. Yeah. This one. Okay, this one.
Yeah,
okay, sorry. Yeah.
One.
Okay.
And then it should give the option to choose your filters, right? Like Golden Cross or something. Or is that
Oh
right?
no, this I think. Are you talking about this one? This is where you find all that stuff.
Where's that? Yeah, okay, yeah. So let's just click on. If you click on Golden Cross right there,
Okay, bam.
and then I think the first one is ELLT. Now, obviously, the filter shows the tickers that are Golden Cross. Now, how current is that data? Is my question. So if we look at ALLT,
Okay.
how do we know when that data was given out? Like, how old is it? Like, could it be used or something for? Or
So I strongly believe this data was Friday. If I'm not wrong, Mohammed, when was this data posted? It was Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. After the market closed every day. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, that makes sense. Because for us, like for example, let's just say I'm gonna, I do intraday trading, right? So if I search for a pattern, Golden Cross or right below Golden Cross, usually that Golden Cross leads to a nice little breakout. So that's why I was trying to figure out, like, how current and live is that data? Because if it's the day before, it may be a little longer trade I need to do, but I wouldn't be able to use it as an actual day trade right away. That's why I wanted to know how current that data was. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, it's afterward. So what is? I think somebody made
Flash. I never heard of
Flash.
I didn't even know what Flash was.
Flash. Okay, so yeah, Flash is in here, right here. Bam. These are just new scanners that that were added to it. So this is Flash right here.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Okay. That, Gary.
Yesterday, I was like, "Yo, am I not seeing stuff anymore? What's going on?"
Yeah. That's why we have this a wonderful time with ourselves and the community for us to actually explore, all these tools and how we use it. Like I mentioned earlier, there are people that have success in using other tools and they use it differently. However, if you really on the weekend, right? I know we all have day jobs and we trade by the side, or some people, trade full time. But if you spend an hour, 2 hours, just going through some of all these tools that are here, and you just kind of like filter out what you want to use, and you try to apply it. I'm honestly, I'm telling you guys, right? You will find a path for yourself in such a way that you continuously use all those tools. So like when I started this Excel stuff, I just want to be able to have the ability to filter stuff myself and just look at data because I love data. I love looking at data. They speak to me like crazy, So I just wanted to have like an open eye to myself and just created something like this. So over time, and I've seen that it has been working for me consistently. So I've kept on, using this particular style. However, there are other styles that, other people might have adopted over time. So please, come on and share what's the, oh, okay, yeah, to add Flash, yes. So come on and share something like, who else is in here that has used something that they really, really love? And we can, we can go over it and you can talk about it. Please. Do I need to call people out in here? I have everybody's name in here. Okay, we'll start going down the list. All right. Once I pick you out, you got to come say something. Okay, we say this, you use it, expenses similar. Yes. Yes, I generated at the end of the day. So I'm not exaggerating. This thing has been between 90 to 95% accurate for me, honestly, because the gains that I've made on it outweighs any loss that I may have encountered, right? So it's been very, 90 something percent is really high, so it's good. But you can create your own. Okay, so what's the question? Somebody asked a question. It says you proposed it. I don't know. Okay, I just went. Okay, it's okay. Generated. Yes, Gary. Okay, exporter. Yes. Okay. All right. Good. So I was going to go through the list. Like, let me ask Fred. Fred, yes, I'm looking at you, Fred. You're smiling in your picture. Can you come online and introduce yourself and tell us a bit about how you've been using Tradytics? Fred, right here. I'm going to unmute you. Oh, I cannot. This is great. Fred. Yeah. Where's Fred? Oh, okay. He doesn't want to say something. Okay. Who else is in here that want to share something that that has been helpful for them, and we can go ahead and just kind of like end the meeting soon. Ned, you're unmuted. Do you want to say something? Okay, me. Okay, all right. So go ahead, Andre. Yeah, go ahead. Please come online and say something.